February 21st, 2023, Daily Bread. Passage, Romans chapter 1, verses 8 through 17. Key verse, 16. Title, The Gospel is the Power of God. First, I thank my God through Jesus Christ for all of you. Because of your faith is being reported all over the world. God, whom I serve in my spirit in preaching the gospel of his Son, is my witness how constantly I remember you in my prayers at all times. And I pray that now at last, by God's will, the way may be opened for me to come to you. I long to see you so that I may impart to you some spiritual gift to make you strong. That is, that you and I may be mutually encouraged by each other's faith. I do not want you to be unaware, brothers and sisters, that I have planned many times to come to you, but have been prevented from doing so until now, in order that I might have a harvest among you, just as I have had among the other Gentiles. I am obliged both to the Greeks and non-Greeks, both to the wise and the foolish. That is why I am so eager to preach the gospel also to you who are in Rome. For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile. For in the gospel the righteousness of God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith, from first to last, just as it is written, the righteous will live by faith. Daily Bread Message. Paul did not know the Roman Christians, but he was very thankful to God for their faith. So he prayed constantly for them. He prayed to thank God for their faith, and he prayed that a way might be opened for him to come to Rome. He wanted to go to them for two reasons. He wanted to go to Rome so he could meet with them, and they could be of mutual benefit. They would strengthen each other's faith. They would pray for each other and encourage each other with testimonies of the work of God. When we meet coworkers at conferences we have never met, we can be a blessing to each other simply by encouraging each other's faith. Paul felt a deep obligation to preach the gospel to the Romans. Why did Paul feel such an obligation to preach the gospel? Because in the gospel we find God's power to save us from our sins. We are lost in sin. We cannot save ourselves. But when we believe in the righteousness of God revealed in the gospel, we receive salvation. The righteousness we find is not in the law, but is by faith. That is why the righteous will live by faith. Prayer. Father, the gospel is the power of God for the salvation for all who believe. Thank you so much for saving us with your gospel. One word, the gospel is the power of God.